My God, I have shit on the screen. All right, this is lesson 4, I think. Today I'm gonna go over symbols, and symbols are symbols. I don't know how to explain it. It's essentially a symbol. This is going swell. It'll save it for later. So let's say instead of me physically drawing 3 circles, I can save it as a symbol and then just duplicate my symbols from the library and reuse them. It's very helpful for, characters and buildings. So let's say if you had a character, all you need to do is draw his left arm, and then you could duplicate the symbol and flip it for his right arm. Or buildings, you can only draw one building, duplicate the symbol, and then change its color. So I'm going to show you the 3 types of symbols right here. So to create a symbol, all you would do was select whatever you want to create a symbol with. You go up to Modify, Convert to Symbol. Here, this dialog box pop. All right. This dialog box pops up. Thank you. You can name it. So I'm going to name this Pac-Man. I don't know. So you have options for type. You have movie clip, button, and graphic. We're going to start with graphic. That's the easiest one. Registration, always keep to the center, because when you're resizing it, it'll always size from the center. This doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. We'll get into it later. So click OK, and now you notice that this is now a symbol. See, I can no longer, if I select anywhere, it's going to select the whole thing, versus if I select just the fill and move it, everything is grouped into this one symbol. And if I draw over it with another color, like wee, boom, symbols are automatically sent to the front. So if you draw over a symbol, it's not going to show in front of the symbol unless it's on a different layer. So what is a graphic? It's what it is. It's a graphic. When you double click on a symbol, see how everything else is grayed out? You're actually taken to a separate timeline where you can have multiple layers now. So you can create a new layer and give them a face. See? So now when I go back to my main timeline, notice the face layer is not there. It's inside the symbol. So symbols are really good for managing stuff if you get way too cluttered with crap. But that's graphics. Moving on to probably the most important one is movie clips. It's essentially the same. I'm going to call this Pac-Man. It's essentially the same. See how it creates that same box and I click anywhere? But now, when I go into this timeline, I can animate it. So let me do a quick click, 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 click. Don't worry, I'll show you how to do this. Don't freak out. So, boom. Go to play my movie, watching. Whee! Now, I didn't animate that in the main timeline. I animated that within the movie clip. So, see how everything's there? If I went back and tried to do that with the graphic, let me just do this. Click, 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 and play it. The graphic doesn't play it because it's a graphic. If you want it to animate within itself, you have to set it to a movie clip. All right. I will get into that next video. So I know I just, gave you a little cock tease, but just hold your horses, man. I'm getting there. I'm going to shoot myself. Okay, last one. Last one is a button. Buttons are interactive. They're mainly used for Flash websites and Flash games. When I go into its timeline, notice how it's a little weird. This is the button timeline, I guess what it's called. I don't know what it's called, but see, you can do buttons. So this is where you would put in your code and, look, see? Okay, and if I do that, now watch. If I click the movie, oh crap, what happened? Did I make it a button? Yeah, I think I did. What's going on? Hold on. Technical difficulties again. I might go over buttons in a separate video just to get more into detail with it. All right, see? See how, can you see my mouse? It turns into the link like cursor. That means it's clickable. So I can code this to say, go to my website, click, 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 click. And once I click on it, it'll tell it, it'll go there. So I'll get into buttons more in detail later. But those are the symbols. Now, if you notice, all your symbols are now in your library. So if I want to copy the dancing Pac-Man, let's delete these fools because they're not special. I could just click, drag, move it to the timeline, click, drag, move it to the timeline, and I got a Pac-Man ball party. Yay. So that's the cool thing about symbols. You can reuse them to do whatever you want, and it's really cool. That's really it. I'm going to get into tweening next. That's the thing you really want to suck on. So, all right, moving on.